This is a recording of Lowji Discovers America, Chapter 12, on page 93. Please take your book out and turn to page 93 and join and follow along while you listen to Chapter 12, Frick and Frack. Even though I have not been in Hamlet, Illinois for very long, I already have a daily routine. This is my routine. I wake up early and eat breakfast. Then I set my plants in the sun and drip a little water into each pot. Grow, I whisper. After that, I walk in the woods. I search for more footprints, handprints, cereal, keychains. Who are you, I wonder? I know it is not Iron Man. I asked him, and he said he didn't know anything about a keychain clipped to a dog collar. The mystery deepens. When I return from the woods, I always sit on the front stairs and wait for Iron Man and Blossom to jog by. Hey, Iron Man said, only yesterday when he paused. How's the milk trick coming? Have you been practicing? No, I replied. Ma will not let me practice in the apartment. She said it was disgusting, and Bape said, everyone's nose is not funny to be so gross. So I have not practiced at all. Tough break, said Iron Man. Blossom grunted in agreement. Then Iron Man winked. Blossom ate some dandelions, and they were off, Iron Man jogging and Blossom waddling. Lunchtime is next. Every day I have peanut butter and jelly like an American kid. Every day I spread the peanut butter and jelly on a rotli like an Indian kid. Ah, says Bape, the best of both worlds. I cannot answer because peanut butter, I have discovered, is very sticky. Then comes the afternoon. Afternoons in Hamlet are like the road to Calcutta, very, very long. Sometimes in the afternoon I watch television. Sometimes I talk to Jamshed's picture. Sometimes I sit on the front porch and I hope like crazy the girl on the blue bicycle will ride past again. And every day I try to visit with Trapper and King. Sometimes I bring them little treats. Sometimes I bring them little toys. They're always happy to see me. Brr, woof, barked King when I visited earlier this week. He put his paws on my shoulders. Purred Trapper. She circled my ankles. Go home, Lowji, snapped Landlady Crisp. She waved me away. Please, I begged. I just want to play. But Landlady Crisp shook her head. If I told you once, I've told you a dozen times. These animals aren't pets, and they aren't playmates. They're workers with jobs to do. As she talked, I could not help but notice the rubber ball rolling across the workroom floor. I could not help but notice the toy mouse dangling from the workroom doorknob. Could Landlady Crisp be playing with the animals herself? I doubt it. No, Landlady Crisp was too busy. She had lots of jobs to do. She paints the hallway leading to her apartment. She shampoos the carpet in the Dove's living room. She fixes the dishwasher in Miss Pendergrass' kitchen. She is busy every second, scrubbing, dusting, sweeping. What she is not busy doing is mowing. The lawnmower is still on the fritz. The grass is still growing. Then, one morning, as I am gobbling up my second appam, my daily routine is changed. There is a knock at our door. Ma puts down her teacup. Who would be visiting us so early in the morning? Bape puts down his spatula. Who would visit in the middle of breakfast? I put down my fork. I will find out. I walk to the door and open it. I do not believe my eyes. It is Landlady Crisp. I think she is not believing her eyes either because they grow wide as she looks through the open door at the many portraits, the bright fabrics, and the brass ornaments that decorate our apartment. She sniffs, taking in the fragrant smell of incense. Exotic, she says. Then Ma is at my side. Landlady Crisp, she says. What is broken? Have our toilets stopped up? Does the air conditioner not work? Ma does not wait for an answer. Farco, she calls to Bape. Landlady Crisp is here to fix the toilets and the air conditioner. Now Bape is at the door too. Nothing is broken here, he says. The air conditioning is fine, and I flushed the toilet only minutes ago. It too works well. Holy smokes, snapped Landlady Crisp. I'm not here to fix anything. I just came to get Lowji. Now I do not believe my ears. You did? I blurt out. Why? Ma nudges me. Manners, she whispers. I try to be polite. Thank you for coming to get me, I say. But I am feeling very curious. I am too curious to be polite. I hop from foot to foot. I am so curious, I think I will explode. Come and join us for breakfast, Ma says. Come and try an appam, Bape says. Oh no. If Bape makes an appam for Lady Crisp, I will be curious for a very long time. Bape will cook and whistle while Ma and Lady Crisp sip tea. Then Bape will serve his appams, and because he is a chef and cannot help himself, he will keep serving appams. Landlady Crisp will eat a second and maybe a third, and I will go kaboom from curiosity. Luckily, Landlady Crisp saves me. Thanks just the same, she said, but I've got too much work to do. I just wanted Lowji to come and see something if he's got a minute. I look from Ma to Bape. Do I have a minute? I asked. Have you finished eating? Bape says. I do not give my second appam a second thought. Yes, I say. Then go, he says. He turns to Landlady Crisp. Come back soon. I shall be pleased to cook for you. And Landlady Crisp does the incredible. She smiles, sort of. Her thin lips twitch up at the ends, and then quickly they curl back down. If I had blinked, I would have missed it. What are you grinning about? Snapped Landlady Crisp as we headed down the stairs. The real Landlady Crisp is back. We stepped into the hallway. It's still dusty and cobwebs still hang in the corners. When we go down the stairs, I see they are still dirty. And when we pass the laundry room, I see trash cans needing to be empty and the floor needing to be swept. I sniff. Where is that lemony fresh smell? Outside, the lawnmower is still sitting in the middle of the grass. The grass is still uncut. In some places, though it's shorter, it looks chewed. It makes me think, Landlady Crisp, I cry. Did you get a back run? A goat? Is that what you wanted to show me? No, she says. I did not get a goat. I got two. She points to two white goats tied to a tree. Their chin whiskers waggle as they strip bark from its trunk. When I move close, one goat nipples at the bowling ball keychain hanging from my crusty. The other goat tries to strip the sandals from my feet. These goats are very hungry, I say. I push them away. These goats will have your grass eaten. That and anything else in their path, says Landlady Crisp. She eyes one of the goats who turned his attention from my toes to her tool belt. Just then King races over. Woof, woof. He smiles and wags, sniffs and wags. Ma, the goats protest. They bump King with their knobby horns. Yip, cries King as he tucks his tail and runs to the woods. Here, King, I call. Come back, boy. Let him go, says Landlady Crisp. You know he'll come home soon. We turn back to the goats. Their names are Frick and Frack. Frick is the boy, the girl is Frack. I do not understand these names, I say. What do the names mean? Landlady Crisp explains that Frick and Frack are famous characters from a comic strip published in American newspapers in the 1940s. But why did you name them after a comic strip? I asked. I didn't, said the Landlady Crisp. The farmer I bought them from did. They already had names when I got them. Perhaps, I say, we can give them new names. Perhaps they do not know the names they have now. We try out my idea. Landlady Crisp unties their ropes. I step back. But just as I am about to call their names, the hair on my neck starts to prickle. My skin starts to creep. Someone is watching me, but who? I look toward the table where I flew my wish bird. No one is there. I look toward the hedge that separates this yard from the next. No one is there. I look towards the woods. Someone is there. Someone wearing yellow shorts. Someone peering through the trees. Then Landlady Crisp hollers, Hey, are you going to call him or what? Oh, yes, of course, I stammer. I look to the goats. I look back to the woods. Someone is gone. And Landlady Crisp is shouting, I'm ready and waiting. I look once more towards the woods, then back to the goats. Here, Frick, I call. Come to me, Frick. Both goats look up from their munching. Their beards go up and down. Their yellow eyes stare. Then the bigger one, Frick, steps towards me. They know their names all right, said Landlady Crisp. I scratch between Frick's horns. Poor goats, I mumble. Excuse me. Humph, snorts Landlady Crisp. These goats have made it. Have it made. All they have to do is eat and rest, eat and rest. Now me, I've got an entire building to scrub, sweep, and vacuum. I've got a dog that needs walking, a cat box that needs scooping, and I could walk, King, I offer. I could. Eee! A scream cuts through my words. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's Mrs. Pendergrass, the Landlady Crisp cries. She races through the building. I race after her, my mind going faster than my legs. What's going on? What is happening? Is it a robbery? Is it a murder? Okay.